Welcome to The Explainer. Let's just dive right in, shall we? Today, we're unpacking a literal physical chess match, escaping one of martial arts' absolute most disadvantaged positions. We're looking closely at the mechanics of the mounting position escape kata number 1, and we're specifically focusing on the arm hook variation. Now, you gotta remember, this isn't just about raw strength. It's about leverage, it's about timing, and it's about incredibly precise biomechanics. To really grasp why this specific kata is so absolutely crucial, we have to look at the absolute worst-case scenario in any physical altercation, being trapped right at the bottom of the mount. Your opponent's entire weight is crushing down on you, gravity is completely working against you, and honestly, your offensive options are practically zero. The stakes here are incredibly high, and the physical danger is very, very real. We need a totally reliable, tactical roadmap to get out of this exact situation, and that is exactly what we're going to break down today. So here's our tactical flowchart for today. Number 1, setting the defensive trap. Number 2, the primary arm hook. Number 3, countering wide posts. And finally, number 4, progressing to the sweep.
Real quick, before we get into the kinetic stuff, let's just lock down some essential vocabulary so we're all on the exact same page. The yuki? That's simply your opponent, the person on top. And upa refers to the bridging motion you're going to make with your hips. And shrimping is a really specific hip escape movement designed to give you maneuverability on the ground. Keep these terms in your back pocket because they are the building blocks of literally everything we're about to do.
All right, phase 1, setting the defensive track. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with your foundation. Your very first action is to bridge and shrimp. But you've got to pay super close attention to the hand placement here. You need to grab the uki's belt with both hands, and your fingers must be pointing straight down. And just as importantly, you have to keep your elbows pulled in incredibly tight to your sides. I know it might feel like a tiny detail, but in this position, micro movements are literally the difference between escaping and getting submitted. So why do these specific micro movements actually matter so much? Well, it's a super delicate balance of defense and preparation. Keeping those elbows glued to your sides directly prevents the yuki from sliding up into a high mount, which would completely neutralize your hips and make your escape nearly impossible. On the flip side, the shrimping motion is exactly what gives you that crucial little bit of maneuverability for your hooking arm. You're simultaneously blocking disaster with your elbows while creating space with your hips. It's brilliant. Moving right along to phase 2, the primary arm hook. Now, as the yuki falls forward over you, basic human instinct is going to force them to post their hands on the mat to catch their balance. Boom, that is your trigger. Step 1, immediately hook your arm right over his arm. The crucial point here is the physics of what comes next. You must pull inward toward your belly button, and I mean pull very hard. This specific angle off-balances him entirely to that shoulder. Step 2, you move your same side foot over his foot, hooking it tight. Step 3, tilt your head in the opposite direction just to clear a path. And finally, step 4, you bridge with your free leg, throwing him over your shoulder at a perfect 45-degree angle to your body, rolling right on top of him. It is just this beautiful, fluid chain reaction of leverage. Which brings us to phase 3, countering wide posts. Okay, but what if things don't go perfectly? If the yuki actually senses the roll and posts his hand wide to stop your momentum, you pivot instantly. Instead of an overhook, you hook under his arm. But what if he uses his lower body? If the yuki posts his leg wide to avoid being rolled over, your immediate reaction is to hook his calf with your knee. You constantly have to be ready to read their defense and branch your attack accordingly. Let's zoom in on that leg post contingency for a second. When you hook his calf with your knee, you are setting up a highly specific spatial movement. By moving your hip in a 45-degree back movement, you can actually spin your knee right on his calf. This brilliant little piece of leverage forces the transition into a half butterfly guard and eventually into a standard half guard. Basically, you're using their own defensive post as a fulcrum to regain your positional structure. And finally, phase 4, progressing to the sweep. Once you hit that half butterfly guard, the world opens up. You've got options. You can progress into a half guard or move to a full butterfly guard, and from there to a closed guard, ultimately hunting for that sweep. Now, it's really important to note that if you're in the guard position and the uki bases out solidly, like they are absolutely refusing to let you sweep them directly, your smartest tactical move is just to transition right into that full butterfly guard to reset your attack angles. Now, to pull off a high-level sweep from here, the source introduces a pretty memorably named technique. Mr. February is bringing your arm to the back of your head. I love that name. To initiate this, you aggressively underhook the yuki's arm with your own arm, securing that deep grip by bringing your hand right to the back of your own head. This creates immense structural control over your opponent's upper body. So let's break down the final set of if-then variables for finishing this sequence. If the Yuki's leg is close into you, you can hit the sweep immediately. Done deal. But if the Yuki has a strong base leg, you just revert to your safety net. Go to the butterfly guard. From that butterfly guard, you can actually kick out his base leg, collapsing his structure entirely, and then immediately lock in to Mr. February for the final sweep. It's just a constant game of testing his base and adapting to what he gives you. So, I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. How can mastering these micro movements, these absolute laws of leverage, and these strict if-then contingencies transform your approach to literally any physical disadvantage? What we've looked at today isn't just about escaping a mount. It's a testament to the fact that with proper technique, structural awareness, and tactical patience, even the absolute worst-case scenario can be completely reversed. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep studying those mechanics.